Hello and welcome to Must Be Fey-t, a bi-weekly D&D podcast of our Feywild campaign. I am Sara, Mustangs are on Twitter, your DM, and joining me are my players Alex, Dan, Katie, DJ, and Jacob. So,
Hey!
players,
Whee!
please introduce yourselves, your character's name, race, and class. So,
I'll be
Alex
starting at
first.
the top.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Alex
cool.
first.
All right. I'm playing Eli, uh, who is a changeling sorcerer. She is very tall, very burly. Um, she is okay. If Valkyrie from the Marvel Cinematic Universe and Thor ended up having a child with like black, long hair with kind of gray at the tips and like war paint on her face. She's a badass, and she's also kind of a bitch. Uh, she goes by for the sake of the campaign. She also goes by she, her, they, them, he, him. She's a changeling, so like you know, um, yeah. So that's Eli. Eli's a bitch,
Dan.
and I love her.
And
Good
Dan?
intro.
Oh well, I'm just I'm playing a Wood Elf Ranger, a Beastmaster Ranger named Daniel Mapleleaf. That's D'Anniel Mapleleaf. He goes by Danny for short. D'Anny. Danny Mapleleaf. He's got a little bit of an accent, He's got his good dog with him, his dog named Lucky, who's just a real good boy. All right, just a good boy, a real good boy.
Good.
He's a who is a scaled down Yeth Hound, and by scaled down I mean stat wise, because giving me a Yeth Hound at level 3 would have broken the game.
And Katie?
Yep, that's me. And I play Miles Boggs, a Swamp Triton cleric. And he's a mess. His life's a mess, and he looks the part. He is covered in barnacles and moss, and he's all scaly and blue, and he does not have his life together. But you know what? He likes it that way.
And DJ?
Hello, I'm a witness. I play a Furbolg druid of the moon, and he is just kind of a little bit of a quiet fellow, but he is a good soft boy most of the time, just real gentle, except for when combat starts, and then he's crazy.
Big scary.
And Jacob?
Okay, I'm playing Christopher Flitterpike, or Kit to his friends. He's a half-elf bard, quite a young, handsome, and fancily dressed guy, kind of like a cross between William Shakespeare and Leonardo da Vinci. And he's looking to explore the world and learn more things to write the next great play.
We discussed with Katie beforehand, Miles isn't here yet. But the rest of you have all set out previously to a place called Warden's Watch, a sentry town. It was from quite a long time ago. The history, pretty much all of it is all but forgotten pretty much. You've come with a sort of long caravan train of lots of people joining for many different reasons. Some coming to sell, some coming to move there, some coming to buy wares. So would you guys, Bar and Katie, like to explain why you've travelled here?
Just because. I mean, for Eli's purpose, she's got nothing else better to do. Like, why not? If people are going there, there's probably going to be something there. Not the best explanation, but I mean, she'd do anything just because she could.
Right. So Dan?
Well, this is sort of like a resettlement operation, right? Like everyone's kind of going to repopulate the areas, it seems. Yeah, well, Danny, in addition to being a lumberjack, is a pretty good carpenter. So he's got this cart full of lumber being pulled by this big dog-like creature, sitting high and pretty on his cart. He's pretty bulky for a half elf or a wood elf, but he's just riding along, waving to people. He's not particularly tactful, but he is quite friendly, and he's just excited to maybe help people with his lumber and help sort of explore the area and make sure that nothing bad happens. He's done this a couple of times, I would imagine. This is a pretty common thing for him.
Right. DJ?
So I think Witness is traveling mostly to just kind of grow in strength and one day face the dragon that attacked his home. Whether that means like acquiring items or acquiring more allies. I think that's primarily why he's traveling.
And Jacob?
Well, for Kit, this is sort of just like the first stop on the trail that is sort of going to be the grand adventure that he's going to be writing about. So he's sort of just looking to explore. And this town isn't exactly his goal in mind, but it's, the journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step and all that.
Oh my god.
And he would phrase it in exactly that way.
It's pretty good.
So basically, you didn't know each other before you joined this caravan, but you've sort of mingled since then, and you've decided, sticking together for safety in numbers while in such a group. And you've now arrived in Warden's Watch, and you're stood in a really large marketplace, and it's bustling with life. There are vibrantly coloured market stalls, and people are selling things like fruits you've never seen and cloths of like beautiful qualities. And there's also this fresh fish being sold there as well, because they've been brought up from the harbour. The city's big enough and actually has a harbour. There's an ocean. The ocean sort of branches out from it as well.
Where is the nearest by grossest thing that they are selling?
Miles isn't here yet.
Don't worry, Miles will be here very soon, and you'll know when he's here.
Excellent.
Good.
So sort of around you, the buildings that they're painted like a myriad of colours, and you can see all of them are decorated with really intricate symbols and runes. And some of them actually have like cheery chalk painted signs outside labelling them as shops and public buildings as well. So if you want to have a look around, by all means.
I would like to find the grossest thing.
The grossest thing. Basically, God, let's think. There's some pretty disgusting looking fish.
Okay, cool. I'll
some
go there then.
Like an anglerfish.
You've not seen before. Yeah, like anglerfish sort of thing.
Oy.
Cool.
Yeah, you guys can look at the signs, you can look at the buildings. It's all sort of very colourful, people moving about everywhere.
Does anybody need lumber?
I'm gonna poke one of the fish.
One of the fish.
Just so
Yeah, they're pretty dead.
I'm gonna kind of like mutter under my breath, and then go back to the crew.
You having fun there, Eli?
Don't talk to me. And
Okay.
she's just gonna sort of like walk right past him.
So you
Alrighty then.
You can see that there's some signs, and one of them is for the library. That's just something pretty generic about joining the summer reading program. There's a sign for a coffee shop that quite strangely says, "Falling into the void of despair today." Well, we can't fix that, but at least you'll have coffee. A bookshop that says, "Come in and visit the books. We promise we got rid of the ones that ate people."
Oh my gosh.
I want to go to the falling into the pit of despair place.
You want to go into the falling pit of despair place. That would be the coffee shop.
The coffee shop.
That's my scene.
So yeah, if you want to buy any coffee or anything.
No, I just want to be there. I feel well.
Hang around with all the sad people.
Yep.
And you also notice, where you've arrived, that there is a tavern, a local tavern called the Wicked Witch, and its sign says that it serves alcohol and hot and cold food.
I'm gonna start building. I'm assuming there's open areas around here.
Yeah.
I am going to build sort of a temporary, with some of the lumber I have, a temporary kind of house / merchant stall.
Okay.
Out of the log? Yeah.
I have logs, I got boards, I am proficient in carpentry tools.
Oh, dang.
Get him log.
Hmm? What?
Lincoln log. Like those little building units.
Okay,
The
yeah.
logs.
I got you.
Yeah.
So you know what? I'm gonna build a nice merchant stall / temporary house area.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
And is that where
Right.
you're gonna like store all your logs and everything?
Yeah, I'm gonna try and sell my logs.
Okay. And
Logs here. Get your logs. They're
rest
made
of
of
you?
wood.
the rest of you, where are you heading off to?
Do I need to roll for that or?
No, you can just say where you're heading off to.
I
So,
witness will probably go into the coffee shop also,
Yeah.
but he will buy a coffee.
Okay, that's 3 copper for a coffee.
All right, I think I have like 5 or 10 gold. So
It's fine, you got it covered.
yeah.
Yep, so anywhere else you want to go?
Yeah, did you say there were runes on some of these buildings?
Yes. There are runes and symbols.
I do I recognize them, or can I like try and interpret them or anything like that?
You can either make an arcana check or a history check.
Oh, awesome! I've got arcana, so I'll use that. Oh, that's not bad. So proficiency is 2, right? So 19.
You know that they're like superstitious little decorations, and they depict like the people who live in there, their hopes of being blessed with things like children or money or protection from illness.
Okay. I would like to copy them down into my notebook that I have,
Sure thing.
and sort of write down the meanings next to them, so I've got some authentic little bits of culture that I'm bringing with me.
Okay.
And then I'll head into the coffee shop with the rest of them, I suppose.
Everyone's going to the damn coffee shop.
I'm just sitting out here trying.
Yeah, you have all these shops and everyone's just going to the coffee shop.
Hey, I had a
You made
great
the name too
sad
good.
boy.
campaign.
It was the despair. It was the despair that attracted Eli.
It was definitely the sign.
I'm just out here like selling logs though.
Like a good boy.
Okay,
Logs
so
here.
I'm guessing you've all bought coffee.
Yeah, is there any like interesting local like snacks that I've never seen before or anything like that?
Not at the coffee shop. You see that this distinctly just sort of sells just coffee, tea, hot drinks basically. But they do say if you go over to the tavern, they do more local, authentic dishes.
Okay,
I
I'll
will-
head over there later.
I will eventually just get bored and ask Lucky to man the shop.
Talk about it.
You're like, oh man, everyone's going for coffee without me.
Yeah. So I've got like this little merchant stall, but instead of a merchant, it's like this dog with its 2 front paws like on the
The
counter.
best merchant.
Like in Japan with the sheeps.
Yes,
Selling
exactly
newspapers.
like that.
The good
Except it has a
ones.
human face.
Yeah.
So are you
You'll
all
get more
going to-
business that way.
Now that you've got coffee, are you all going to move to the tavern?
No, I'm not. I'm going straight to the tavern. I want booze.
Okay.
Yeah, no, at the sound of booze, I'll be attracted and I'll go to the tavern too.
Okay.
I might nip into the bookshop if that's okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Mhm.
It's
Go ahead, nip into the bookshop.
Yeah, sure, I'll do that.
It's full of like old sort of cheap books with some with the local fairy tales in, some with just like average like romance stories, things like that.
Do they have any like travel guides to the local area?
Yes, they do, and they're one of those really awkward ones with the really bad fold-out maps.
Can I grab one of those, please? I love fold-out maps.
Yeah. And yeah, like you go inside and there's another sign in there that says that sort of explains the books that 8 people turned out to be mimics that somebody had sold them.
No.
Oh my god.
It's a shame they've solved that
Our
problem, because
bad.
that sounds like adventurers' work.
Yeah. Apparently that got solved a few months ago, but they're still trying to build up a reputation again.
Fair enough. So how much is it? How much is this travel guide with the lovely fold-out map then?
One copper. It's very cheap.
Okay, I'll grab that.
So in the Wicked Witch, you got the tavern. You guys, it's,
Yeah, then I'll head to the tavern,
it's
obviously.
very big, very open. It's actually quite nice for a tavern. The windows let in a lot of light and a lot of air. And you see next to the bar that there is a notice board with lots of flyers and posters of different colours all pinned to it.
I am going to buy 3 mugs of ale.
Okay. And that is 5 copper pieces.
For 3 mugs?
No,
Okay.
per mug.
Oh, darn it. Okay, so that's, I think, 15 copper pieces, right?
Yep.
Okay. All right. And I'm going to start on the first one as I'm reading the notice board.
While he's reading the notice board, can I sneak one of the mugs that he had to have as my own?
You can sleight of hand.
I'm rolling perception on that.
Can I?
You can roll
Can I
sleight of hand,
try?
Alex.
Okay, cool. Would mine be perhaps at an advantage since he's reading something?
Depends how close.
Maybe.
How close have you put the tankard to you?
Me
Tankard
or
to you, Danny?
It's like it's like kind of right in front of me. I'm kind of like
He probably.
it's like in
noticed.
front of my I'm kind of leaning on the counter. It's like in front of my elbow as I'm looking at the notice board.
Okay, I don't think you'll have advantage, unfortunately.
okay? I got 17 anyway, so.
Okay.
I got 23.
God
Jeez.
damn it!
He's a ranger, Alex.
Do I see this?
But but
what?
I'm gonna let you take it anyways.
Yes.
It's like a usual thing that happens.
I only wanted 2. Why do you think I bought a 3rd one?
Are there any particular flyers or posters you're looking at?
Anything that looks dangerous or involves cool animals.
Nothing involving cool animals, but there is quite a ragged-looking piece of parchment that actually smells pretty gross.
Go immediately.
It's
to
got
that
really
parchment.
horrible scratchy writing on that says nasty cough, headache, fluid coming out of places they shouldn't, no fluids coming out at all cured for a fair price and no questions asked. But then, scribbled in smaller letters underneath is, unless it's like really fucking funny and I want to laugh at you. Also, I do not accept pets as a form of payment. What the hell is wrong with you people? Then it's
Except
Okay.
what?
Eli points at that. Points at the flyer and goes, "We need to visit this person."
Then there is,
Yeah.
it's finished off by Doctor, question mark, Miles Boggs. And
You know
directions
what
to the street doctor hastily sketched at the bottom of the poster, and so are the opening hours, but it appears to be closed currently.
We're going
Oh.
anyway.
I say, you know what? I'm gonna pass. Where I'm from, healthcare is free, and then I'm gonna take a big long sip from my mug.
Bad.
Oh, good.
Eli is just gonna like look at the address and get up and look at the others and be like, "We need to go to this place."
Fine, I'll chug both my mugs and be like, fine, all right.
Yikes.
Shotgun him.
Yeah, basically.
So before you set out, there are
Do
some...
I need to roll for that?
Don't worry, the
Look
dog's
at
driving.
Tavern, and you can see, lots of people milling about. And there appears to be some gambling games that are occurring, and there also appears to be a card game being played
Is
between two people.
is my dog, has he been successful in selling the wood?
Yes, I'll say he has. Nobody
All
can
of it-
resist
all
a
of it
really
has been
cute dog
sold.
selling wood.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's card games being played.
How much gold do I
gambling.
get?
I'll say 20. You got 20 from that.
20 gold from that?
Yeah.
What? That's more
Ooh.
money than I have.
Yes.
It's a lot of
Nice.
wood
So a lot of people wanted a lot of wood.
from this beautiful
That's
dog.
like all the wood in
Even
this
the dog.
forest.
It's the dog. It's,
Well-
it's no doubt the dog.
Well, Jason,
I'm gonna
Oh,
pet
yeah.
Oh
him.
yeah.
I'm gonna pet him so much.
well, Kit, you are
Yeah.
a bard, so you can make money.
That is true.
Hey.
I'm looking at the notice board. Are there any postings of jobs that look like they pay well?
It seems like a lot of flyers for like not a lot. Like there clearly isn't a lot going on at the moment. There is a flyer with slips that have contact information for an alchemy student's services of reading dissertations for first years at the Warden's University for Arcane Academics. There is
I'll grab
also
one of them. That sounds interesting.
there's also a poster with of and information of boats available for hire. There is a poster with the addresses of the Seelie and Unseelie court faction buildings in the city. Crudely drawn picture of a horse. A flyer.
I'll take that.
I want to take the horse picture. I want to take
Fight
the horse
over
picture.
it.
And strangely enough, the horse kind of looks like Danny.
How does the horse look like me?
That's an excellent
I don't know. It's
question.
that crudely drawn.
This is just
Oh, me.
it's
And
just a
then
thought that
also,
I have. Like it doesn't
So
actually
loud.
look like Danny. I'm just like, hey, that looks kind of like Danny.
There's also a flyer as well for a laundry service called Lemon and Salt, and their tagline is "Blood on your garments." Well, no questions asked, guaranteed.
Oh, I'll write down the contact info for that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And also,
Okay.
this appears to be an Unseelie pub as well. People of all sorts of Fey ancestry are here. You see a lot of strange people that normally the Seelie court wouldn't like, but
So it's like a bad guy pub.
no, there's not bad guys. It's all just people
Wow.
from all walks of
Bad
life
guys.
mingle together with no sort of prejudice or thought.
Racist.
Yeah.
Around
So you sort of see running around the edges of the bar. You see what appears to be a speaker system. A speaker
I think you got
system.
out.
Sort of like it's got like a
A speaker system?
yeah, like a trumpet end coming out of it. It's not electronic in any way. It's sort of like
Sorry, that was what. Yeah, that's what I mean. I
It's
was
like
like,
a
whoa.
it's like sort of like a
What is this
trumpet's
marvel
end,
of
like a bell of a
arcane
trumpet
technology?
with a pipe going down and round the bar, where
Okay.
announcements are clearly made.
It's like kind of like the ones they have in Treasure Planet.
Yeah, kind of.
Nice.
And you've got the gambling going on, and you've got a card game being.
Can I investigate this gambling?
The gambling is stock standard, sort of chase the ace, blackjack, sort of things like that. There is, however, the card game that's being played at the other end of the room between two people. You can see them making bets on that there.
Yeah, what kind of card game is it? Like are we talking like card game with regular playing cards, or like card game like a collectible card game?
Yeah, they're playing Magic the Gathering.
So I was wondering if this was like a Gwent situation and there's like a card with my face on it.
How big of nerds are they? Ugh.
Basically.
Exactly.
Would you like to ask the players about the card game?
Yeah, I want to know what this card game is.
Okay. You sort of go over and you speak to them. They're quite happy actually to tell you about it. It's a game in which players create an imaginary battlefield, cast imaginary spells, and aim to knock out their opponent by taking out their lives.
Ah,
It
cool.
is Magic the Gathering.
But
Or
players,
Yu-Gi-Oh!
players bet on who will win, and it's called Tussle. They tell you that yeah.
Eli, like at the because I'm assuming that Eli is pretty close by, but Eli takes this opportunity to cup her hands over her mouth and go nerd.
they make them feel like they get this a lot.
That's fine.
I'm gonna punch Eli in the shoulder.
And one of them actually looks at you, Kit, and says, "You know, we have some spare decks if you want a deck."
Yeah, I'll take one.
Okay, and they
Whenever Annie hits or punches her in the shoulder, she looks him dead in the eyes and says, "Do it."
I didn't know you were into that kind of thing. And then I'm just gonna walk away. Danny's gonna walk away a little faster.
So
Can I roll to reevaluate my life choices?
Slow zoom
Kit,
on to Witness's face in the background.
Yeah.
Kit, they sort of
I can see all.
explain the rules of the game to you,
Okay.
and they ask if you want to play. You can keep the deck.
I'll give it a go. I won't bet any money while I'm learning, but I'll give it a
Okay.
try.
So if you would like to roll a d4 and tell me what you
A
get.
D4?
Mhm.
2.
It is a stalemate.
Oh, okay.
They were out.
So, I mean, at least I didn't lose my first game.
And they actually they say, you know, you can keep it, and they actually give you, you know, a few extra cards as well. And they
Nice.
tell you, you know, because it's actually quite a popular game in Warden's Watch. And
Okay.
a few
What
of
did you
the
say this game was called again, just so I can write it down? Tussle.
Tussle. And it's sort of as you guys are milling around that you suddenly smell a really awful smell. And it's sort of like
Excellent.
stagnant water, right? And you sort of, do any of you want to sort of see where it's coming from?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I would
I
like
kind
to
of
move
just-
away from it.
I kind of just assume Lucky went for a swim.
And, okay, so you sort of, you know, you really don't need a perception check because you can tell who this is coming from. It's so bad.
Oh God, my poor dog.
And you see, and you see him. He's actually sat behind Lucky at the bar front. A man with a sort of like tattered shawl over him. And Katie, if you'd like to introduce your character.
Oh yeah, there he is. There's Miles. Oh boy. So I guess he's just. Would he be drinking at the bar at that point, or is he just walking in?
No, he'd be drinking.
Oh, good.
He's a
That's
morning
very in
drinker.
character for him. Oh yeah, morning, afternoon, and evening drinker. Yes.
Same.
Yeah, he's just probably in his just normal clothes, which is just like a wrinkled shirt, wrinkled pants, wrinkles and moss everywhere, and he's probably kicking back with his webbed feet on the table, which probably the
Disgusting.
bartender's like, no, don't do that.
Actually, the bartender's very kind to you.
Oh yay! Okay, they like me in this town. That's good.
You're the only doctor.
Eli is
Yeah.
immediately drawn to him. Like, literally walks, like, beelines up to him and just pokes his cheek and just whispers, "Badass." She's also got, like, she's still got that mug in her other hand.
Yeah. He just looks at
Eli
you like,
being Eli.
yeah, he looks at you with tired eyes and just goes, all right, nice to meet you too.
She just keeps poking his cheek. I'm so sorry. She's like,
I would appreciate it if you'd stop doing that.
And the bartender sort of actually sees this happen, and she smiles at you, Miles, and comes up and says, "Oh, I didn't know you had any friends."
You know
And
what?
she
Neither did I.
She genuinely sounds surprised. And she says, she went, "Let me get you some drinks. It's on the house, always for you, Miles."
Thanks. I appreciate it.
And
I'm gonna down my mug and just sort of like put it there, like, yep.
and she
I'd also like something.
And she fills,
I guess we're
two
friends
tankards
now.
up for you and Miles, for Eli and Miles, and she sort of sees a confused sort of look on your face about, you know, why would Miles get free drinks, and she explains that Miles is the one who saved her mother when she became ill with consumption.
Oh.
What a good boy!
Good boy.
Very nice.
At this point, I heard the name Miles,
Mm-hmm.
the thing, like the flyer, so I can kind of put two and two together, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. You're a smart cookie.
She's just gonna sit next to Miles and go, nice smell, and just like look forward and just like stare forward because it's Eli and she's weird.
I have a question. How is my dog reacting to this smell?
He's sort of like gagging on the floor.
Oh,
Lucky,
it's too
Lucky.
intense.
Come on, do that outside, please. Come on, come on, boy.
And
Come on, let's go
Lucky's sort
outside.
of going, bad smell, bad smell.
Go
Say it
outside. Come
over and
on,
over.
come on.
That dog cough.
I'm gonna kind of guide him outside.
Miles responds like, well, would it surprise you if that's the first time anyone has said that to me?
She's not even saying anything. She's looking forward. Like as soon as he says that, bad ass.
He's just still looking at you, eyebrow raised. And he's like, all right, this is my life now, and takes a drink.
I end up getting a free drink out of this because I pretended to be friends with Miles, right?
Yeah.
Awesome.
So, Eli, have you been? So you said you're staring at Miles, yeah?
No, I'm staring forward. I'm
Okay.
not staring at Miles.
But you do sort of catch out the corner of your eye, like his clawed hands with the webs between them, and like the slight barnacles. What looks like barnacles on his face.
I'm gonna poke one of the barnacles.
Don't do that.
And if you want to, you can make a history check.
I would love to. Let's do this.
Figure
With
out
my
history.
excellent 0 mod.
Ah!
That is a good 3.
Oh no, you don't know. You know that
I am a fish.
You know that he's a triton of some sort. He's a very fishy boy.
Okay.
But you're not
Something
sure
fishy.
exactly.
That's all I need to know. That's
Exactly.
really all I need to know.
And
Thank you for saying
you
that.
guys probably have noticed Eli's harassing someone at this point.
and
Normal.
Miles is giving like help me eyes like awkward situation.
I'm gonna say, hey, Eli, there's someone over there who thinks they're cooler than you.
Cool. I don't care.
Fuck. Well, I
Not like
tried,
it's hard.
and then I'm gonna order like a giant fucking food,
Giant food.
the
Wow.
largest thing they have on the menu, basically.
The largest
I'm very
thing.
hungry.
That would be a roast pig.
At-
The whole thing.
Well, not a pig, but a piglet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. A young, yeah.
All right, I'll order-
Eventually-
I'll order the
Okay.
suckling thing and the suckling pig and a side of fries.
And a Coke to wash it down.
And a lemon fade to wash it down.
A good pairing.
Nice.
Is there anything you'd be doing or witness?
Well, I don't want to get involved with this strange, smelly man because his smell might rub off on my fancy clothes, and I'm not interested in that one bit. I'm sort of wondering how and why anyone would ever want this man operating on them.
Get some
Good
debris.
point. They're gonna get infected.
Yeah, and I'm weighing up whether to approach and ask him that question or to keep at a distance.
Fair.
Kit, you can sort of see what what this smelly man looks like.
Yep.
Slightly underneath his shawl. Would you like to make a history check?
Yeah, I probably don't know anything about this guy on account of like not being from this plane of reality, but I'll give it a try. That's an 8.
Yeah, you've actually done a bit of reading on before you came here.
Or maybe he was in my travel guide.
No.
On what this smelly man actually is, and you sort of realise he is a swamp triton.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I hope that I never have to meet another one of these ever again.
Rude.
Rude.
Would anyone else like
I'm
to
just-
approach the smelly man?
No, I'm busy pigging out on my fries and stuff. This delicious
Oh, yeah, I
meal
don't
that I'm
wanna-
having.
I don't want to make you gag.
I don't know. I would imagine I've got a pretty tough stomach. I am a ranger
You're a
after all.
ranger.
Oh, you got your spices too.
Exactly.
He's seasoning the meal with seasonings that he brought from home. As if that's just like a normal thing to do.
Would
One of
Yeah.
those guys.
would Kit tell anyone in the group who's not with Miles what Miles is?
I mean, I guess I have a ranger. I am from the Feywild, and I have nature.
Make a nature check.
Oh,
Either of you.
Okay, well, I got a 9. I
y'all suck.
No, you don't know much more than Kit does.
It's a swampy boy.
I'm just a mystery.
But Witness, you could make a nature check.
Only got a 14.
Yay!
That's not too bad.
Somebody
not bad at all.
knows. So you recognise obviously he's a swamp triton, but you also know that this is an incredibly rare sight. Like they don't tend to leave where they actually live. They don't like to
Very
mingle.
true.
They don't like to mingle with the other races, and are actually usually extremely defensive of history and culture of theirs. And like you never thought like you'd ever come across one living in a city your entire life.
Mm-hmm.
I see.
They also smell real bad.
They smell excellent.
I think with
don't
the
know what you're
perception
talking
of
about.
one, you could figure that out.
With a -1 mod.
Exactly. It's not that hard to figure that part out, but yeah.
And he's Miles is alone over in the corner. Or...
He's been
I'm with
currently
Eli
harassed
now.
by Eli.
Not anymore.
Oh,
Yeah, trying to deal. Yeah, like he's not used to people, especially people being friendly to him. So he's just like cupping his drink, like, oh, what do I say? Nice weather? No.
You all sort of see
Yeah,
that since
Eli.
Eli's gone over there,
Yeah.
that Eli's been getting free drinks.
Oh.
In fact, I am going to look at the rest, I guess, second mug and just like keep eye contact, mostly with Danny, and just down it.
I whisper to Kit, Eli's got a boyfriend.
Wow.
Nice.
I mean, Eli's got a
Poor
boyfriend.
swamp.
There you go. There you go. Get the accent in.
I think at this point my curiosity's gotten the better of me, and I've got to approach this weird fish person.
We're all like slowly inching
We are
across the
definitely
room.
are.
He's like starting to feel comfortable.
I feel like
we
Kit
take
would
steps
have
towards
pulled
him
out like a
one
silk
step away.
handkerchief to cover his nose with.
That way.
Good.
I'm busy eating.
And like the handkerchief
I'm gonna stay where I
separately
am.
monogrammed.
Oh, okay. They're gonna grab the pig and walk over. Like, I get you.
Okay,
So these more friends, I guess. Hello.
Hi, you're a doctor, am I correct in assuming that?
Oh yeah, you need some healing or whatever.
No, I was just sort of wondering how that works with your, and then I just make a sort of sweeping gesture towards you.
You stink real bad.
Really, I didn't notice. I keep my equipment clean and my hands clean. It's fine. But
Very
yeah,
well.
no, I keep pretty clean.
I suppose
don't worry
I suppose if the patients don't mind, it's none of my business to judge.
Yeah, exactly.
And I motion over to the bartender for a drink and make it very clear that I'm friends with this fish person.
Awful. I love it.
Yeah. I like point to Miles, and then I point to a drink, and then I point to myself.
I am actually gonna look at the bartender and give like a little, you know, the GIF where he like kind of cuts out his neck and just like sort of shakes his head. I wanna be the only one that gets these free drinks. Besides Miles.
Mm-mm.
she sort of doesn't catch you, Eli, but she sort of looks at Kit as she comes over and then goes to Miles. Oh, look at you making all these friends.
Oh my god, it's like mom.
I know. He's just like, yeah, they just keep popping out of nowhere. Yeah. A free drink would be nice. Thank you so much.
So she's gone back to pour more drinks for you. And whilst they're, you're sort of all sitting down together, harassing essentially Miles.
I was going to argue against that, but no, I think you're right.
There's this sudden disturbance in the bar, and you see someone running through the doors, carrying this small bundle in his arms. And would you guys like to make
What
a
is it?
perception check?
Oh, you got it.
Shoot, I'm busy eating, I guess.
Are we all making these?
Yeah, if you want to.
I got a solid 8.
Perception?
Yeah.
Is what you said?
Yeah, that's a 13 for me.
Witness got 18 perception.
Okay.
Nice.
I got an
He's
11.
witnessing everything.
Ooh. Let's see. I got a 6.
Okay,
Good.
well, Witness and Miles both notice instantly that this man has goat legs where trousers on a normal person would be. And from either side of his head are a huge set of ram horns coming out of his curly hair.
I'm surprised we need a perception check for that.
I was going to make a similar
He's
comment.
running in very fast, almost
He's
a blur.
The
But-
blue blur.
But Miles, you actually
Trees, huh?
recognise this satyr as a man. Well, it's someone who lives near your building called Cappy Pan, and
Cappy Pan.
you're not entirely sure what the bundle in his arms is, but he's
Shoot.
shouting for you.
For Miles?
Yeah, and he's shouting, "Help! Please help!"
I run on over. What's happening?
Okay, and he's sort of got the bundle against his chest, and he sort of moves it a bit to show you it's his youngest daughter Z, and she's barely conscious.
Oh no.
So you can either make an
Alright.
Arcana check or a Medicine check.
I'll do medicine. I'm proficient in that. That's a 15.
Yeah, you see straight away the sweating, the shaking, the discoloration of her skin, and you realise she's got blood poisoning.
Ooh. Yikes.
And
How do I heal that?
Yeah, you currently don't have any antidotes on you.
Shoot.
They're back at your.
Do I know where to get?
Yep, they're
that?
back at your house, your hut, where you do your work. Because currently it's not business hours, which is why you've been in the bar.
Yeah, but this is an emergency.
Yep.
All right.
Um,
Okay, I'm gonna wave to the rest of the guys. Say like, it was nice to meet you, but this is urgent. I gotta deal with this right now. Come by if you'd like, if you want to see me do my thing. But
Eli's
I gotta-
immediately getting up and going.
Yeah. I'm also
Like-
interested in seeing how this
Kathy-
person operates.
Kathy sort of looks up anyway and says they're going to have to come because the market is so busy. We're going to need to shove others out the way.
all right, that sounds good.
Wait, I have something for this. I am going to walk up to Lucky and I'm going to say, all right, now I need you to do a big roar for me, boy.
This is not going to end well.
No, because here's,
Not gonna go well at all.
He said that we're gonna need people to prepare a way outside, right? Because
Yeah.
of the market.
Yeah, like to push people away. I
Okay. While he's talking up Lucky, Eli's just gonna walk outside and just yell, "Hey, get out of the way! We have a sick person!"
assume. Good.
Unless you want to get whatever this bitch has and die, I suggest you get out of the way.
Make an intimidation check.
A what?
An intimidation.
Intimidation.
Okay.
Do
A
it.
Oh
shit
no.
talking check.
Okay, let's see. What do I got? Oh my god. I've got a 21 on intimidation.
Oh my god.
People jump back like it's the plague.
Miles just like looks at that dumbfounded like, okay, that works. Let's go.
People are screaming,
You
diving
know,
out
she
the
a-
way.
she a boss-ass bitch, you know.
Just saying that to people on the side.
No, I'll say that to Miles.
Be your hype man.
I see that now.
And
Boy,
I'm
okay.
guessing you're all shooting off down after Miles. is happy.
Actually, if Miles wants, he can ride the dog.
He doesn't want to.
Okay, never mind.
No offense. He's
That's
not
fine.
a dog
That's
person.
fine.
So,
Katie would like to though, but
are you all
Miles
chasing
wouldn't.
after? Well, are you all?
Y-
following
yeah,
the
sure.
Yeah, we'll head out.
I'm
yeah.
chasing after because I'm like, wait, I think I might be able to help.
Oh, that's awesome.
Okay.
All right, any help I can get? Let's go.
Yeah, might make a good story, Simon.
I'm probably like hovering actually.
I'm like trying to like cast lesser restoration, but you're just out of reach.
We're all running too fast.
Oh.
And as you're running, Miles, Kathy is sort of explaining to you like what happened. That she got cut the other day playing in the alleyway beside the house, and they live in quite a poor area, but they didn't think anything of it. It didn't look too bad, but something must have gotten into the cut and caused an infection. And she collapsed this morning, and they haven't been able to wake her up since.
All right, I'll be able to take care of this at my place. Okay.
Like he's practically frantic, like doesn't know what to do.
Oh,
It's okay.
can I cast a spell?
What would you like to cast?
Oh.
I want to cast calm emotions on this chap, on this goat man.
Ooh.
Okay.
Let me see if he gets a save. He can make a charisma saving throw. Although if he wants to be calmed, I suppose he could just be calmed. But otherwise, make a charisma saving throw.
Okay.
My DC is 13.
Well, he failed it, so he's calmed.
Okay, so he is like calmed down now.
You see him not
Just in case
not
ask him
go
any
calm to the
questions or
point where he
anything like
doesn't care, but he starts to become very level-headed.
Yeah, he's not like freaking
Oh,
out
good.
anymore.
Yeah.
That's kind of surprising. Miles like, oh, you're pretty cool about this now. All right. Well, okay.
Well, you know, I'd rather my kid not die, but if it's not too much trouble and you could like.
Yeah. If you're busy, I understand.
Still got out of your way, but not that much.
And you know,
But yeah,
As you
I'll
run-
explain what I did to everybody though. I'll say I've calmed him down for now, just
Yeah.
in case we need to ask him any questions or anything like that. We don't want to cause a scene. Although Eli's doing a great job of that so far.
I mean, the
Too late.
scene's already been like made.
Yeah, we don't want to make a
Eli's-
second scene. The first scene.
Eli is just repeating the lyrics to "Move, bitch, get out the way."
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Like keeping up the front and just yelling, "Hey, we have a new plague! Everyone, get out of the way! Unless you want to get infected."
And you see like people
And you.
genuinely diving out of the way.
Like, oh damn.
People tripping over each other trying to get away. People genuinely being afraid of Eli because she's quite tall and stocky, and actually has a very commanding voice. I would say with that,
Oh yeah.
role you made, it was very authoritative.
Oh, yeah.
So you're sort of running and dodging between people, and you run all the way back actually to where you started, back at the marketplace on the main street, and then Miles takes you down a side alleyway between two sort of fairly big houses, and you see dropped back, sat in the shade, is a ramshackle hut, and it's made from dark, almost black wood. And it sits sort of lopsided and crooked, like it's given up on itself.
Okay, as a carpenter, this like sickens me
Yes.
emotionally.
Bet.
Like, oh god.
You
it's
have
a
a
complete
visceral
mess. It's bad
reaction.
foundations. It's bad, bad joining together, bad
It's just-
everything.
There's just
Well, I
steam
think
coming out of
Miles-
his ears.
And
Yeah,
it's,
I think Miles might have built this himself,
Yeah,
so
he probably
it's just
did.
not good.
and it's dark, it's dank, and it clearly hasn't seen a lot of daylight. And you'd see around it, there's a little bridge that goes over it. Actually, it's a small moat that's been sort of hand dug around it, and it's filled with really muddy water and plants, and it's a handmade swamp. And you see sort of frogs and newts and toads all hopping around on the sludgy banks, and the smell is so bad, and it's the exact same smell that clings to Miles.
I have already started doing renovations.
You're like blueprinting in your
Don't-
mind.
No, yeah, I was gonna say,
Busting
if you
out the
start like
logs.
picking up stuff, I was like, don't touch that.
Eli's gonna stop in front of the house and just look at it and then look at Miles and go, "This is so badass!" Like, I don't think that the
Thank
rest
you.
of the party has ever seen Eli actually happy before. But, like, there might be a semblance of a little bit of happiness in what she's saying.
Something that
That's
might be a
amazing.
smile.
You smile.
I'm gonna
Uh,
kind of like sprinkle some spices around to get rid of the smell.
Oh, I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah, it does.
Does that work? Is that how that works?
It,
You know, like cinnamon.
Like
it's
potpourri.
not made it better, but it certainly hasn't
Potpourri.
made it worse.
Now it smells like old swamp water and cinnamon.
Yeah.
A
Oh,
winning combination.
gross.
Um, so you keep.
Okay.
Some, is everyone going in the house, or some people waiting?
Yes.
outside?
Yeah, I'm desperate.
I'm
to
gonna
find
admire
out
that.
Come
what
over
the
to the
theory
house,
is.
everybody.
Okay, you
Come
will
on
sort of
over.
barge in through the front door, which is more just a scrap of wood than a door, and
Yes.
the house is in complete disarray. It's dimly lit, and there's just jars and papers and books and equipment for medicine brewing everywhere, and it smells just as bad in here as it does outside. But you notice to the side, in the corner of the room, that there's a cot, and it actually looks, compared to the rest of the house, immaculately clean, as do the tools next to it. There's a really strong scent of like antiseptic and saffron coming from there.
Yeah. See, I was going to make a sarcastic response about the state of this house, but you actually do keep a clean operating theatre. I'm impressed.
Yeah, I told you, man.
I told you, man.
Playing while there's a dead kid on the ground.
Yeah, that's
It's like,
Oh, right,
I'm really impressed with the structural integrity of the.
Yeah,
And
not
then
now,
like there's this girl
dead
on
kid.
the ground just writhing.
And I'm
Like I'm
guessing-
just trying to shove a good berry into her mouth. Come on, eat something, please.
No, stop. No, stop that. Miles swats his hand away.
And Miles, I'm guessing you're moving Cappy and Z over to there.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it look like a lesser restoration could cure whatever is ailing them?
Or
Perhaps it could, but Miles seems pretty insistent on an antidote.
Mhm.
So you'd have to take it up with Miles.
yeah. Should I do? Yeah, I do want to make an antidote. I have an herbalism kit. Can I use that to make something?
With how long it would take to make, I would say that you probably have a few stocks up on your shelf already.
Oh.
If possible, I'd like to assist with a nature check, if I can do that.
Okay.
Okay. Nature's not that good.
Well, I
What do you
mean,
need?
I would like to assist with whatever you're doing, but I have proficiency in nature, so that's how I'm trying to justify being able to help you.
Oh, thanks. So there'd be a piece of paper with with what I would need in my little area.
There's a little bottle which probably has just about enough left.
Oh, great. Okay. Yeah, I give that to Z.
Okay. And would you like to make a medicine check for that?
I'll assist with the medicine check
I-
to give them advantage if that's
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah. Do I need to do medicine check to make sure that it's potent enough?
Yeah, I would say, just to make sure you get the right dosage.
Okay.
Can I give bardic inspiration in that case?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well, I
okay.
want to see. I want to see the doctor do his best. I'm intrigued, so I'm happy to
Okay.
help.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Take
So you
our
can add a
buffs.
d6 if you want.
Did I roll like 3 times? Inspiration is you can roll another time, right?
D6.
No, advantage is
Oh.
advantage is that, but bardic inspiration is you can choose to add a d6 to it after you've rolled. So if you roll bad, you can use it, but if you roll good, you don't. Have to.
To be honest, I got a 20 with
Nice.
that. Yeah, with advantage.
Nice.
Yeah. Who was helping me? Everybody was helping me.
Yeah.
Except for Eli, who probably found a
Except for
chair.
Eli's standing there like.
Eli's
looking
probably
at
found like the
everything,
nearest
"Oh."
chair or couch or something, and is just like watching, or not.
Witness was given the like medical help though, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a 20.
Nice. You swift, like really quick movements, sort of, you knew exactly the dosage and you administer it, and straight away you start to see her getting better. You sort of see the colour coming back to her face, and she actually manages to wake up long enough to slightly smile at her dad and hold his hand back before she falls asleep again.
Does she have like little nubby horns?
Yeah, she has really tiny little knobby horns beneath her curly
Does she have
hair.
tiny goat feet?
And a tiny goat tail.
A little tail. Okay.
And
All right.
Cappy, her dad, he's tearing up, and he sort of, you watch him sort of stroke her hair back, and that's when you see the little knobby horns. That sort of shows you how young she really is. He's there telling her how much he loves her, and then she's on the bed, and then all of a sudden he grabs Miles into a hug.
Oh, he just coughs, gets all the air pushed out of his lungs, and goes, "Yeah, you're welcome. Anything for you, Cappy."
All's well that ends well, right?
He immediately he takes your hands, Miles, and he says, "How can I ever repay you? We don't have much, but whatever you want, I can try and get it for you."
Just a nice warm meal, and that's all I need.
And as this is going on between Miles and Cappy, the rest of you, what are you doing in Miles's hut?
As this is going on, I'm basically gonna take 5 gold pieces and kind of just put them on a table somewhere, and then kind of just walk away a little bit.
Oh.
Aw.
I feel like he did a good job, and he goes get paid.
He
He
does. He needs a
gonna-
better business model.
I'm gonna go outside and use Druidcraft to liven things up a little.
Grow some more plants.
Yeah, make it look a little like, kind of replace any of the decay that was.
Actually, I don't think he'd mind that. Well, actually, yeah, he wouldn't, because he won't. I'll explain that later.
But there's around the hut, there's books and jars and papers, like if anybody wants to look at them.
I don't really feel super comfortable just poking around in somebody I just
Yeah.
knocked out.
I do.
Yeah,
I'll
that's
do
why I
it.
get to get outside.
Yeah, go for it.
Eli takes one for the team.
Go, Eli. Look
What
through
would
my
you like to look at, Eli?
Oh yeah. What is the weirdest looking thing in this hut?
Miles.
Besides
Miles.
Miles, you would say the papers all around the floor.
Okay,
All
I'm
the
gonna pick.
writing and drawing.
I'm gonna pick at least one up and try and make sense of it.
Okay, you actually recognize this straight away, Eli.
I do or don't.
You do. The anatomy drawing that it is of an Asimar and their wings.
Ooh.
I kind of let that one drop to the floor.
Ooh.
I let it fall to the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And this looks to be in the same. It looks to be in the same handwriting though. That was on Miles's poster for his services. So you assume Miles has been studying on this, and you see
Like specifically Asimar. Are all of these about Asimar?
not all of them. This just happens to be the one that you've picked up.
Okay, I'm gonna pick up another one.
Another one is on satyrs.
Okay, I'm gonna study that for a second and let that one drop, and just pick up all of the papers and let them drop back down.
The fake cleaning.
Yeah, one of them tells you how to
I'm
dissect
pushing it to
frogs.
another place.
Yeah, one of the papers tells you how to dissect frogs.
I'm gonna keep that one.
And another one is about some rent that has been paid. In which
And Eli is actually gonna say, "You pay rent for this?"
and in which it's actually attached to a letter from the landlord themselves saying, Miles, I don't know how many times I have to tell you, you cannot pay in pebbles.
Wow.
Oh my god, that's good.
And then in
I
brackets,
kind of
or
look at that and
fries.
I'm like, no, that's not okay. That's not okay in the slightest.
Is that
I mean, are you looking at it too?
I kind of see it over your shoulder, I guess.
Okay.
is that
I'm gonna bat you away from my shoulder then.
Is there anything else you'd like to look
I'm
at?
actually gonna do it, Blair, and just go away.
I'm gonna sort of roll my eyes and then walk over to Miles and ask, "Are you having trouble paying a rent on this place? It's kind of a shithole. No offense."
She's gonna flip him off and say, "I called it a shithole first, asshole."
Witness pokes his head in the window and says, "My dudes, come on."
Through the window.
Good.
Is there anything
You-
else you want to look at?
Well, yeah, I guess I do pay rent. I mean, it is land, so I do what I want. Yeah.
Well, I could probably give a little discussion with this landlord. You really ought to try and find somewhere you can own rather than rent. It's a bit of a precarious situation,
Well, I can't really find too many places for my kind, so
Right.
this works out for me.
I am a carpenter myself. I could probably help you with that if you need me to.
It's fine.
If it helps, I think it's badass.
Thank you. What was it, Eli?
Yeah.
Thanks, Eli.
No, I said my name is not Eli.
Oh, thanks. Yeah.
Is there anything else you'd like to look at, Eli?
What?
Things.
Is there anything else
Look at
you'd
my
like to
things,
look
Eli.
at?
Oh,
There are also books.
I'm
and
just gonna go
guides.
for like the books, just sort of like get a general like lay of what's happening. If anything catches my eye,
Yeah.
then
The
I'll end
books-
up picking that up. Maybe
books
like thumbing through it if it's a
mostly-
book or something.
Yeah, the books mostly appear to be, on medicine and herbalism. So, like, how to
Okay.
make tinctures and poultices. However, there are some thoroughly read through fiction novels about forbidden romances and star-crossed lovers.
I'm gonna pick one up, and my head's slowly gonna turn to Miles, and she's gonna go, "Oh my god, you're a romance novel person."
That was really impolite, just.
How sexy do these books get?
One of them gets particularly very saucy.
I'm going to
Miles,
keep it.
like, runs over and takes the book, like, is kind of blushing a little bit, and like stuffs it under his desk. Like, no.
She's gonna go for the book that you stuffed under the desk and be like, "I want it, give it to me."
And see,
No.
when you do that, you see that there are a number of these books stuffed under the desk.
Oh no.
I'm gonna grab Eli from behind and just drag her away.
Can I try and get him away from me? Can I like sort of with my while he's behind me because I'm sort of like
Lift him.
leaned over. Can I like just go up and like push him in the chest and push him back?
You can make
All
a
right, wait. Do you want to do
strength
this? Do you want to do a post athletics check or something?
Yes.
Oh god.
I've got pretty clunky boots, so if that helps me at all, that's a thing.
Well, you don't need much help. Just roll.
We're doing athletics.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. 14, 15, 16, 17.
I got a 7.
Well,
So
you like wind me as you
Yeah.
like kick me in this right in the stomach. It's like
So Eli topples
I kind of
you.
just have to take a couple steps back and sit down.
Yeah, Danny is like
He's gonna
a
take a novel. And she's gonna take a novel and look over to Dan, like, "Don't ever touch me ever again."
Don't touch me, my romance novels.
And Eli, you sort of flick through the book and you look at the title, and it's called My Boyfriend the Were-Raven.
Yes.
They're all like Chuck Tingle.
Can I get an author on there?
The book's actually been read so much it's sort of faded.
Oh
The
my
book has been read
It's
that
mine
much.
now. It's mine.
Goodness.
Oh no! Miles is so lonely.
This paints a sad, sad picture.
This one was not planned, and I am so.
She's gonna look at the book and look at him and be like, "So you got a were-raven kink?"
Oh my god! And Miles just kind of furiously blushed.
Eli's actually just gonna wink and pocket the book and just walk over to the other group.
Yeah, I was worried she was gonna like shapeshift into a kangaroo or something and just.
Right? Oh my god!
Oh no! Oh no!
That's for later.
Although that gives me some ideas, but we'll visit that later.
Oh no.
I'm dying.
I'm dying, Squirtle.
I'm dying, Squirtle. This is so good.
Anything
Thank you for
else?
this.
This whole time I've
Welcome
just gone
to
around
Must Be
the house and cleaned it up.
I really wanted to ask Kathy about like more info about that alleyway, like where it was.
Hmm.
He says it's the one that runs down by the side of his house, the one where a lot of people tend to throw out junk from the shops.
Okay.
This town's got a drug problem and it's all full of needles now.
Exactly. Like, does he know like what his daughter was touching at the time, or was it just kind of on the street
He thinks it was
to get that cut?
like a piece of cut metal, like scrap metal.
Just some metal.
Maybe we should go and investigate the scene of the crime.
Yeah, that's what I would like to do.
Okay.
Littering.
Or
Yeah,
is there
I mean,
something
that-
else in my office that totally would embarrass Miles? Is there something else that I need to hide?
I'm sure
Romance
Miles hides
novels,
a lot of
apparently.
things about his very lonely life.
Oh. Yeah, is there something, another Easter egg in my office? Does anyone want to look for?
I'm still looking. After my boyfriend the were-raven, I'm
10 times more curious.
There are some
Goodness.
jars that are just filled, with plants and herbs, and then some are filled with eyeballs, and then some are filled with tongues. From the
This
I'm
news,
gonna
man's
take one
not
of
a
the
doctor.
eyeballs. I'm gonna take one of the eyeballs.
you could take the whole jar.
Stop taking my things.
No.
Why do
You
we
know-
hang out with this person again?
No.
She's a muscle.
It's because
You
you're
know,
all
it's-
afraid of her.
That is fair.
Danny isn't. They just hate each other.
They don't hate each other. She just hates everyone. He's not special.
Miles just says, you know what, I can't argue with no. Miles is kind of intimidated as well.
Good. They're in mason jars, right?
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
She takes
Yes.
one of them, just puts it into her bag while keeping eye contact.
Why?
And then sort of, as when Miles sort of confronted you saying, "Oh, like stop taking my stuff," as if the world really does hate poor Miles. From out of the book falls a little
Huh?
slip of paper that is a flyer for speed dating.
Oh my god!
Why are you roasting this poor man?
He's an innocent boy. Stop this, Mustang.
So she looks at it and like very flatly, she just goes, "Wow, you really are lonely, aren't you?"
This is the worst day of my life. This is
As-
even worse.
After
Back at
Eli
home.
says that, Danny will cut out of, from the distance. Look who's talking.
Yeah. Admit it, I don't hide my shit.
I don't
Fair
find it a
enough.
shame.
In
Why
fact,
keep this around my office?
I would like at this time, because I'm deciding this is something that's happened, she also takes out whatever, like, a less obscure one of the romance novels but like from her bag out comes the exact same one, except for this one is like marked with like jokes and shit and like penis drawings and stuff.
Oh my god, that's great.
And I imagine like it's some awful like romance cover like with like Fabio on it or something, fantasy Fabio.
Yeah. Yes.
Except for like this one has like a little handlebar mustache and like devil horns and stuff like that.
Oh no.
Miles is dumbfounded. He's just looking at you with his like mouth open, like. Oh,
She maintains eye
wow.
contact and just on the floor and just walks out of the house.
Why?
You got fun in there?
I've had some pretty bad days, but this is officially the worst day of my life.
It'll be the second worst after he finds the gold I left him.
Oh.
And when you walk outside, it's all clean and pretty.
Cappy doesn't seem
Actually, he
to
would
be
like that.
surprised that like any of this stuff is in Miles's house. In fact, the really like unimpressed expression on his face about it all sort of belies the fact that he's probably seen worse things in Miles's house in his time.
Oh my god!
And
The spicy man.
and he's sort of goes back to checking on his daughter and stuff, and he sort of swiftly changes the subject and tells you, oh yeah, I'll promise that I'll make sure she gets plenty of bed rest and stuff. Since
Yeah, I would recommend more bed rest. Just let her deal with this for the next couple days, a week at most. Let her body heal.
And I'm guessing while you're trying to be really serious, Eli is like, no, he reads he reads
Yeah,
romance novels.
he likes her showing everyone.
Yeah, she like at one point, at one point she like stops one and she just starts fucking dying laughing. This is the first time anyone's ever seen her happy ever in her entire life.
Miles is trying to ignore this, trying to be serious and thoughtful to Cappy, but it's just like, oh my god. He's like still kind of like blushing.
Okay, and after that, like she's dropped like her defaced copy of whatever novel, and she walks by Miles in the back and just goes, "You're a kinky man, Miles," and then walks out of the house. Look at the outside.
Oh my god, he's steaming. It's actually kind of mad now. He just takes it and just puts it back on the bookshelf.
No, that's her. That's her copy of the defaced.
Oh, you gave.
She
Oh,
doesn't.
okay.
Yeah,
So switch her to book trade.
yeah.
Cappy,
She's got notes in the margins. It's fine.
Cappy sort of, promises, will make sure that you are invited to come over for a hot meal for dinner sometime. As you said the payment was, and sort of gathers up his daughter very gently and leaves yet again, thanking you for the work you've done.
Anytime.
Yeah, he sort of leaves you to your house of loneliness.
To my terrible situation I found myself in.
Yeah. See, great
Freeze
new
frame,
friends.
record scratch. Yep, that's me. I hope. I bet you're wondering how I got.
I like to imagine that everyone is like left at this point and Miles is just standing in the middle of the room.
With all of his romance novels.
Frozen in time. Just can't believe what just transpired. Oh my god. But he greatly appreciates the flowers in front. Yeah, he'll actually like go outside and see it and go,
Yeah.
Okay, how did this happen?
Oh, I'm just tidying up.
That's amazing. How'd you do that?
It's what I do. I restore life.
Wow. I wish I could do that. That's amazing.
That is literally the main thing you do is restore life.
Plants and people
You're
are
very powerful
different.
in your own right.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, but plants and people are very different.
Yes.
And Miles, as you're sort of, chatting and getting to know Witness, make a dex save.
Oh shit.
What happened?
Okay. Ooh, that was not good. I think that's an 8.
A crossbow bolt hits you in the knee.
Oh my god!
All right, Lucky,
Adventure,
battle
you
mode
know.
initiate.
And
Holy
you take
shit!
8 points of damage.
Ouch. Okay.
All right.
Yikes.
Can I
Oh,
tell where
ow.
that bolt came from?
Would you like to make a perception check?
Same here. What the
Natural
hell?
20.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
Nice.
you can. Are you gonna class that as a whole group looks, or is it just you that's looking? Because I'm guessing everyone.
I-
Should we do individual?
I mean, this is just
Good for you.
Danny.
Okay.
Well, I mean, if it's a whole group check, probably whoever has the highest should just roll with advantage, because otherwise it's like one of us is always going to see what's happening, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, nat 20 is pretty good.
I don't need advantage.
Yeah,
I got a nat
that's fine.
20.
Yeah, you got a nat 20. He's good.
Basically, you turn to one of the buildings that Miles's hut is set behind, and you see stood on on top of the roof of the building is a figure all clad in black, hefting a crossbow and preparing to load another bolt.
Ah!
All
And
right, I would
actually-
like to.
And actually, with your roll, Danny, you can see that there is a symbol on their hand. It is a black three-pronged trident with a weeping eye beneath it.
I would like to immediately cast Hunter's Mark, get on top of my doggo, and take the dash action towards him with my lance out.
Okay? And as you're
Hell yeah.
doing that, Miles, you actually wouldn't recognize the tattoo to be that of the Order of the Water's Path. And you know that it can only mean one thing, Miles. It's an Assassin's League that works for the Swamp Tritons.
God,
Oh
it's the Triton
no!
Mafia.
They found him!
This figure sort of hefts the crossbow back up whilst Danny's running towards them.
I'm on my dog.
Oh, and in a voice that you can't really gauge, whether it's masculine or feminine, through the black fabric wrapped around the lower half of their face, they say, "Hello, Miles Boggs. I am here to kill you." And that's where we end.
Oh!
God damn it.
Was that a
Oh,
cliffhanger?
Oh,
Oh, shit!
Oh.
Okay,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah. Oh
Wow.
my god!
I was over here like ready to roll initiative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
Samesies.
So you have an
Oh my
assassin to
God.
catch.
Why would someone want to kill poor lonely Miles? But I think I know.
Why?
You
Oh,
made
wait,
your
no, I
yard
think I know
pretty,
why.
so you must die.
I think I do, but I don't know if it's part of his backstory or anything.
Anyways, guys.
Oh my god! That was great.
Hey
Thank you.
guys, I want to apologize for Eli.
No, she's amazing and I love her.
Eli is perfect. They're perfect in every single way, and I'm so happy.
Thank you.
And thank you, Mustang, for making Miles more lonely.
I'm so sorry.
No, I am so happy that I did not expect that, and I was like, you know what, that makes sense.
He's a lonely
It was a
boy
good
looking
session.
for
I really,
romance.
Oh my god.
the role play truly was exquisite.
I just.
Yes.
You have no idea how hard I am shipping Eli and Miles now.
Say, I said
Yes.
day one.
Yeah, no,
Day
we discussed
one.
it. Yeah, Apple and I discussed it.
I figured, but it is just you guys hit the ground running, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love it. Make it work.
Oh man, it's gonna be a long fucking campaign.
I know. Oh my god. I can't believe
Well,
I
I'm gonna-
killed him.
Say your Twitter accounts or whatever that you want people to follow you on.
My name's Daniel. You can find me at LightningFast11 on Twitter or at LightningFast on Twitch. And also, I do a show with Mustang's Art called Roleplaying. She plays a satyr bard, and we do that every Sunday on twitch.tv/roleplayingdnd at 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Join us as Cell and Rat and Saoirse and a friend whose name is Nug do some stuff.
I'm Alex. Hello. You can find me at my on Twitter. I'm also a part of role playing ish, kind of. I'm taking a little bit of a hiatus from role playing, but eventually I'm gonna pop back in. However, I'm also a part of another podcast, and that is called Cursed Crit. You can find us at Cursed Crit on Twitter. I play Woe Lilvengard, which is like a polar opposite to Eli, so it's nice to get that balance. So yeah, you can find me there. I'm also doing commissions. Please commission me. I do songs. I write songs.
Well, it's good. So is Alex.
Thank you.
I'm Katie, and I'm at cutie. What was it?
Cutie apple
Cutie
pie.
apple _pie.
Oh.
Because Cutie Apple Pie was apparently taken. And I do Horrible Barovia Time with Dan, and we are stuck in Barovia. That's our other little show. Yeah.
I play as a burly boy.
A beautiful burly boy.
Anyone else?
My name is also Dan, but I go by DJ. You can find me at DJ Gallagher Art on Twitter, and I mostly just draw D&D characters for now. I'm not in any other podcasts.
I'm Jacob. I'm at Sarcastronaut on Twitter. That's NAUGHT at the end. I'm not in any other D&D shows, and I have no artistic talent, so feel free to not follow me.
Aww.
But we love you anyway. It's okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
And we love Kit.
Yeah,
We do.
I also love Kit. We have that in common.
Kit also loves Kit.
Kit also
Yeah.
loves Kit.
Nobody loves
Yeah.
Kit more than Kit
Aw.
loves Kit.
Kit fans.
He is his own biggest fan.
But, I'm Sarah. I've been your DM. I'm at Mustang's Art on Twitter. And I'm also part of role playing. I may be in a few other D&D shows coming up soon, which should be fun. I also do art and writing, and obviously this. But like I said, role playing you can catch weekly on Sundays, and this is now going to be a bi-weekly podcast. So join us in 2 weeks' time for whatever happens to Miles.
Yeah,
the
what's
assassin.
gonna happen to Miles? I'm scared now.
Nothing, because Danny is gonna turn this assassin into a shish kebab.
We got this.
I thought Miles was gonna be the one protecting everybody, but I guess everyone's protecting Miles.
That's how that's supposed to work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you everyone for listening, and thank you to my players for playing.
Thank you for DMing.
Thank you for DMing. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yay.
And we'll see you again in 2 weeks. Bye-bye.
Yay!
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.